Once, there was a boy named Luca. One evening, as he sat by his grandfather's side, the old man began to tell him a story that would change Luca's life forever. Long ago, when I was your age, I found a key. This key opens a door that leads to a world beyond our own. But which door it opens, that is something only you can discover. With the key now in his hand, Luca felt a surge of excitement. The next morning, he set out to find the door his grandfather spoke of, asking everyone in the village if they knew of any doors the key might open. He first visited the prison, where a stern guard stood. "Excuse me, sir," Luca asked. "Do you know of a door this key might fit?" The guard shook his head. "No, boy, I've never seen a door like that." Luca thanked him and walked on, asking at the library, the blacksmith, and even the baker. But no one knew anything about the key or the door. The key in his hand felt heavy, and doubt began to creep in. Maybe he would never find it. But just when he was about to give up, Luca turned a corner and saw something strange. A mirror, and in its reflection, he saw a glowing door. This had to be it, but as soon as he stepped forward, the door vanished. He looked around, confused. It was gone. Luca walked back home. Unbeknownst to him, the key still glowed faintly around his neck, its magic quietly waiting. That night, as Luca lay in bed, the key began to glow. Sleepily, Luca opened his eyes and saw something unbelievable. The door in his room, his ordinary wooden door, was shimmering with an otherworldly glow. He rushed to it. The door creaked open, revealing a world unlike anything Luca had ever seen. Before him stretched a strange landscape with trees that glowed and creatures that floated in the air. The sky above was dark, but a giant, glowing planet hung in the sky, casting an eerie, magical light across everything. "Where am I?" Luca whispered, awestruck. As he wandered deeper into this strange world, he came across glowing beings, some tall, some tiny, all unlike anything he'd ever imagined. He knew he was no longer in his village. This was a different world, a world of magic and wonder. Suddenly, a shadow appeared in the sky. Luca looked up and saw a large blue dragon descending toward him, as if urging him to climb onto its back. Without hesitation, Luca climbed onto the dragon's back. With a powerful flap of its wings, they soared into the sky, flying over a world filled with strange and beautiful sights. Below them, Luca saw giant floating islands, luminous forests, and creatures he had never seen before. In the distance, Luca saw a castle, massive and floating high above the ground. It gleamed under the light of the giant planet. But just as quickly as they had taken flight, the dragon turned, flying back to the place where Luca had entered this strange world. They landed softly, and the dragon gave him a look, almost as if to say, "Your adventure isn't over, but it's time to go back for now." He didn't want to leave, but he knew he had to. The world was vast and filled with mysteries, but the time had come to return. "Goodbye, my friend," Luca whispered as the dragon sat there. The magical world vanished, and Luca found himself back in his room. That night, as Luca stood on his balcony, looking up at the stars, he wondered if the whole adventure had been a dream. Was it real?